Good evening and welcome to the nighttime heat right here on Prom FM 105.5. This program is also being relayed by Radio Quatika, that is in Bon County, Radio Gegeman in Nimba County, and of course, Radio Wulagisi in Lofa County. Witness FM in Monrovia is also relaying this program. And then we are also streaming live on our YouTube channel, that is the Nighttime Heat YouTube channel. You want to follow the program on YouTube, just go to where they have the search if you use your phone or your laptop and tap Nighttime Heat. As soon as you do that, you subscribe and you hit the notification bell. Right away, you begin to watch the program, the Nighttime Heat, tonight. Also, we are streaming live on our Facebook page. That is the Nighttime Heat Facebook page. Again, just go to where they have the search if you are using your laptop or your phone. Just tap Nighttime Heat, the three words. As soon as you do that, you're going to follow the show and share the show. We are also streaming live on Prom FM Monrovia 105.5. Again, Prom FM Monrovia 105.5. We want to share the show because tonight promises to be very, very spectacular, very, very fantastic, intellectually rewarding as well. So I want you to, just get glued to your radio or your phone, your laptop, and you follow the show. Again, you can share the show tonight because we want your friends, your relatives, your loved ones, your partners also to follow. Today, His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Liberia, Joseph Imaboka, returned home today following the U.S.-Africa Summit. And of course, we have the video, when he addressed the press. We'll be playing that for you. And then also we'll be looking at, yesterday, there was a major protest. In fact, it ended bloody. We got a video. We'll be playing that. That was very, very pathetic. We'll be playing that. Again, we'll also bring you updates, more updates. In fact, most of those that happen, we're going to bring those things to you tonight. The Minister of Finance and Development Planning held a successful, let me put it that way, successful meeting on the margins of the U.S. Africa Summit. He met the IMF, that's the International Monetary Fund. We'll be talking about that, some of the things that the Minister of Finance discussed with the IMF. But something I picked there, I'll be uploading that information and reading that out to you. And besides, we'll be also establishing contact with the communication consultant at the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning, Daniel Yankona. You will also be on the program to bring us up to speed with some of the things that are in that dispatch that we'll receive. So we'll talk about that as well. And of course, this whole issue about Donald Trump's showering praises on our president for the quality of information, that's also sparking lots of reactions, both locally and internationally. We heard, and of course, we're going to read that also to you. We're going to upload that a post made by a congresswoman. Wow, she was very, very blunt, and of course, she threw jabs at Donald Trump. We're going to play that, and of course, we're going to also talk about that tonight. My panelists will be George Kennedy and Moses Sani, a very committed panelists. This program is the only nighttime program that has that distinction. Not many panelists. We didn't want to crowd the program with a lot of panelists, and many of them are not journalists. Sometimes they ask the questions, questions far different from the issues. I'm not throwing jabs, but we thought that we needed to make the difference. And so my two panelists are hardcore journalists. They've been practicing the profession for quite a long time, and and of course they are well known. And your host today also is one person who highly respected, being also practicing the profession. So we know what we do here. We don't just put out any information because we want to sell the program or just broadcast. No, no, no. We don't do that. What we do, we do due diligence. Whenever we get receive information, we make sure we sift that. We do due diligence. We investigate. We explore all of the avenues and then get the facts before we can get it out. That's the distinction of this program. And basically, we are just here to espouse the interests of our dear country, Liberia. We are not amongst those who are out for the opposition or against the opposition or for the government or against the government. No, we are not. We are between and between. We don't promote one side because we believe Liberia is our common denominator. And if the government did something positive, we got to herald that on this program. If the government did something negative, we also got to beat on the government. So that's the reason why we open the platform. We bring all sides to the table to discuss the issues, because we believe that Liberia is our only common denominator, and Liberia is our country. If we don't get together to discuss about Liberia, we're going to do that. Expect the Ghanaians or the Nigerians or the Sierra Leoneans to do that. They concentrate on their own country. So on this program, we make sure all sides, what are the opposition, the non-position, the imposition, they all come, and of course we discuss Mama Liberia. So share the show tonight. We got a couple of videos. We'll be playing them so that you can watch. Like we said, His Excellency Joseph Imabwaka has returned. In fact, before going to our interviews, I said it will try to open the lines for you, so that you just tell us about what to make of what happened at the UN at the U.S. African Summit. Did our president really sell the country, make our case? Let's hear from you. But in the meantime, let me try to welcome my panelist, George Kennedy, quickly. George, welcome to the program.
Well, thank you, Soba. Thank you. As always, we are here.
Surely.
And we do our best to see how we can provide some information to our people, sharing with them, learning from them too, to make sure that we make our country better.
On this Friday, you are splendidly attired. Well, your great coat, man.
Yes,
black shadow matching it.
You got me on the show, so we always have to be prepared to come.
Sure.
So.
Sure.
Thank you so much for the support.
Okay.
Had you not really asked us to be here, we won't have been here, and we'll do our best to make sure that to help you, make the show better. Yeah.
Okay, so hoping that Moses can come on quickly. Moses hasn't yet, but that's the show. Wanted to share the show. Tonight promises to be very, very fantabulous. Tonight promises to be very, very rewarding, educative as well. And so very, very shortly, we try to play the tape. When our president arrived at the Roberts International Airport, we tried watching and viewing it. We saw, singers and dancers, all drumming and dancing. We saw the chiefs also welcoming the president. That was very colorful today at the Roberts International Airport. We were not there, but watch it online. So very, very shortly, we want to hear from you. Yes, we'll be going into more things, like I said, more issues we'll be talking about. The meetings held with the IMF. What did the IMF say about Liberia? We'll also be, talking about that, because the Minister of Finance and Development Planning, Augustin Pehi-Gafuan, met some officials, the deputy of the IMF. He said something very great about our country, very impressive about our country. We'll be talking about that. And also, the minister met some senior U.S. government officials as well. On the margin of the whole thing, he was there meeting those people, trying to sell our case economically. That's the man strength there. If you put him, into the bank there, I don't know, you try, but or you put him into the hospital, you're not going to do anything there, because you're going to inject the wrong person with the wrong injection. But the economy is a specialty. So he was all out there, on the margins of the whole stuff, trying to meet those senior officials and telling them about the status of the economy and what can grow our economy as well, thus bringing, creating more jobs for our people. So we'll be talking about that. Also, like I said, yesterday was a broader protest We got some videos. We'll be talking about that. We spoke with the Minister of Transport. In fact, he promised us faithfully. You know, he said, "Well, I will call you back to tell you as to what I'll be coming," and he didn't call us to try and contact him, but he spoke with us very lengthily, and he told us about what he knows about what had happened and some of the things that sparked off the protest yesterday. And so we'll be quoting him on this program as we go further. But in the meantime, let us try to play this video. You know, like I said, His Excellency Joseph Yuma Boakai came today. He returned from the U.S. African Summit, U.S. Africa Summit, a summit where he saw the image of the country. He made a case, but we'll be hearing from you after the playing of the video as to what do you make of what happened at the U.S. Africa Summit. Did the president really sell the country? Did he really make up a case? Let's hear from you. What do you think? And of course, maybe you have some work. The last video, I think the producer is trying to get it wrong, because we're trying to correct it quickly. When the president came, he spoke with the media at the Roberts International Airport. We're trying to upload that video quickly to play so that you can watch the video and listen to what the president said, and then together we can all talk about, we're going to praise the president, we can gauge him, we're going to assess what he did. You know, at the summit, did he do well? Did he sell out the image of our country? Did he really make the case? We'll try to ask you tonight as soon as we play the video, but the internet is trying to create a problem. But let me ask you, I'm sure you follow the arrival of the president, George Kennedy. What did you gather while we're trying to read the video?
It was very colorful, and I thought that most of the people that went there, they felt that the president did extremely well. Mm-hmm. And the president repeated his message. He said, "We told the American people we don't have the technology mm-hmm. to come here and do a survey or an assessment of our mineral, of our resources. When we know the monetary value or the quantity and monetary value of our resources, of course, we'll be able to easily enter an agreement." And he's right. And he's even talk about his term. He said, "Yes, I know that we have one term. And I mean, we have a term that we're going through. So if anything, they will accept it, because they need to know the value. The country need to know the total value, the type of resources in the country, natural resources in the country, to know the actual monetary value of those resources." Mm-hmm. If you are to enter an agreement with another country or a company from another country for gold, for example, you will say a so amount of billions or millions of dollars deposit of gold, you can easily enter an agreement. If the iron ore, if that timber, if that any other one, how to call it, uranium, mm-hmm. what you call bauxite, and all of those, then you will know how to enter. But up to now, I think the president is right, because leaving it in the dark, not knowing the quantity, not knowing the monetary value, and you just gave the concession, okay. What will happen is you could be losing most often. Mm-hmm. And, like, for example, nobody know the quantity of deposit of iron ore in some of these concession areas. Mm-hmm. So they just come, you get a person, I'm going to invest $1 billion, I'm going to invest $2 billion. You don't know the quantity, so the person go to carry more. Okay. So I think the president is right. We need to do that, the survey of our resources, to know where we are. Then we can be able to make the necessary decision. Okay.
So again, we're trying to upload a video. We still find it difficult on the internet, but we want to hear from you. tonight. First, before we can go, because I said we'll be speaking with the communication consultant at the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning to bring us up to speed with the meeting held with the IMF and some senior officials of the. Okay, let's try to listen to the video quickly. It's not okay. We still got internet problem. Senior officials of the U.S. government, Augustin P. Gaffouin, the Minister of Finance and Development Planning, held meeting with those people, and of course, we'll be hearing from first the communication consultant, and then after which we'll be talking more about that meeting today. But I want to hear from you quickly on the line 0778 460 793. Again, 0778 460 793, or better still, 0886 540 987, 0886 540 987. That's the numbers to call. We want to hear from you. What do you think about what happened? How the president, made our case at the U.S. Africa Summit? The first caller is on the line. Let's hear from you. Your name? Good evening.
I'm Emmanuel Kofa calling from Elijah Putina Carwell.
Okay.
And I called away in the excellent performance by our own president. There, from the international perspective, he managed to sell us again to the international community. In Liberia, yesterday we were given books by President George Bush. And today, we'll be seeing as a group of people who speak, good English. But that also means that we should prioritize the educational sector of Liberia. Our teachers who have taught us to speak good English need to be prioritized as in the context of education in Liberia.
Okay.
And I enjoy the point. I wish the president also, sort of our natural endowment that Liberia is heavily endowed, come and carry on solving. Let's understand the monetary, value of it. Then we can enter into a more, positive consensual agreement. I must applaud the president for the step taken, ably representing the motherland. Thank you.
Many thanks. 0778 460 793. That's the number to call. Better still, 0886 540 987. Again, 0886 540 987. Or better still, 0778 460 793. What's your take concerning what happened? How did it go at the U.S. Africa Summit? Did President Boyka really made our case? Did it really perform? Let's hear from you. I know you have some, greetings for him as well as he returns. Let's just call on the line quickly. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, sir. Let's hear from you.
This is political sign. I'm calling from the 16th of precise Nukutan.
Okay.
Thank you for the topic on discussion. You said it all. But one thing I copy from you, and you have said, you are very serious, so understand that you ask a very good question and you post it again on your own. You said the president signed a constitutional agreement with America and other things. People supposed to kind of see why he never call people to go and look at the place, which is set of the area. Tell the government how many companies are in this country and how many money settled in the company that's doing something that the citizens are not benefiting. Before you can go to America and say, yeah, I have something in my country, come and see a point. Why you don't consult the Liberian people? That's the main thing you should be talking about.
Okay.
That's the main thing. It's for the whole show.
Okay. Okay. So you wanted
where's the impact?
Hello?
Where's the impact?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So you wanted the president to give the people all the specifics, the details, as to how many mining companies and all of that before.
Very good. Why you supposed to do first before you go there and do it? So I mean, Labrador for him.
But you think that was possible? The president had few minutes to speak, to give his introductory statement to the meeting that went. You think that was possible to tell the U.S. president or those who are listening, to tell them all the minings that will have the number of mining companies and give the people the specifics? You think that was possible?
It was not good possible. He is saying you have many companies in Lofa Bridge, Tamo Congo way.
Okay.
Why you know what? Why you know? This question is going beyond, my brother.
Okay. You made your point already. Like, we made your point. Okay. We can't keep you on the line continuously.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. We really appreciate your time. You made your point already. I said we'll be speaking with the communication consultant at the Ministry of
so I just want to help you with a little bit of information.
Yeah.
The concession that was signed is about using our rail, the rail that ArcelorMittal built from Nimba. So this company, Ivanhoe, is operating, or HPS operating in Guinea. They want to transport their rails or their iron ore on that rail to bring it to Buchanan to export. It got nothing to do with the country's natural minerals or natural resources.
Okay.
So that should be clear on the record. Yeah.
Okay. 0778-460-793. Wanted to hear from you as to what do you think about the way our president spoke at the U.S. Africa Summit? Some of the things he talked about. What do you think about his presentation as well? We want to hear from you. Did he really sell the country? Did he really make the case? Let's hear from you quickly. 0778-460-793, or better still, 0880-514-096. Again, 0880-514-096, or better still, 0778-460-987. That's the number to call, and you are live. Let's take this call on the line quickly. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, sir. Let's hear from you.
This is Patrick S. You are calling from the Assistant to be precise in Bridge.
Okay.
Thank you for the topic on discussion. You said it all, but the president did wrong. But he already said the country, because when the past other president came and so they put Liberian people suffering for food and other things, then he is saying he can't do the same thing. Giving construction agency other thing right and leaving citizens that voted for him, consult the Liberian citizens to tell them, say, oh, we have so company in the country, we want for them. Even the taxes, why are the empire doing for the Liberian? For the taxes, I want to know, because the taxes there for who else?
That part of the taxes they're using to build roads.
But you don't get good medicine in hospital. You don't get good school. People still sitting down.
But listen now. Do you know that the government also purchase drugs for the various hospitals?
That one part, maybe that
and that part of the taxes they're using to pay civil servants.
Then why are people buying drugs in a hospital? Then that's the problem.
Okay,
that's the problem. You saying?
Okay, okay. You made your point. Let's take another call on the line quickly, because I said we'll be speaking with the communication consultant at the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning. The Minister of Finance held a very fruitful and successful meeting with the IMF. We'll be telling us more about that, and some senior U.S. officials as well on the margins of the U.S. Africa Summit. Let's take this call. Yes, sir. Good evening.
Good evening, Sabo.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
I'm okay. This is Amos Conley.
Okay, let's hear from you, Mr. Conley.
From Brownsville.
Let's hear from you.
Yes, thank you for the opportunity to speak on your show. I mean, the president presentation at this meeting was excellent, very good. He really represented Liberia in the sense that he sold Liberia interest to the U.S. And I think that this visit will yield some results.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah. I hear people say, "Oh, why he didn't consult before?" No. Thank God for your co-host who just clarified, because it is simple. The deal, $1.8 million deal that was signed, is not resources. It's not, they're not going to take any resources here. It's for the use of the rail. And that's a good game for Liberia. Okay. And what I think, there are other people who are going to follow, other companies are going to follow, and Liberia will benefit from it. So thank you again. And I want to call on all Liberians to keep hopeful and keep praying and keep trusting that whatever the president went out there for will yield fruitful results.
Okay, many thanks. Let's take another call on the line quickly. Good evening. 0778-460-793, or better still, 0880-514-096. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Sabo.
Let's hear from you.
Yeah, this is Emmanuel TV, Sabo, and I join you this evening from the country of West.
Okay.
Sabo, You have said it all. Let me appreciate you for your analysis on the topic and discussion. But my talking point has to do with the RG. I think it works.
Which
in the
RG?
government.
Which RG?
The RG, the Inspector General.
No, but we are not talking about. No, when we're talking about the protests, then we can talk about the RG, please. So let's talk about the president's return today. That's our focus now. And of course, we are asking what the president did. Really, make the case for us. What did the president perform well at the U.S. Africa Summit? That's what we're talking about now. That's the question I want to hear from you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to appreciate the president as he represents our country the best way. I think what he did, he marked the podium and represented Liberia well. I want to thank him for safe arrival and appreciate every effort that he's making to bring contribution to our country.
Okay, many thanks. We'll take about 2 more calls and then we'll wrap it up on this section. 0778 460 793. That's the number to call. 0778 460 793. That's the number to call, or better still, 0886 540 987. Again, 0886 540 987. That's the number to call, and you are live. Let's take this caller. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you doing?
I'm okay, sir. Let's hear from you.
I really do appreciate the fact that our president went to the United States. One of my disappointment with the president is for he to call Donald Trump sir. He's supposed to call Donald Trump comrade president.
So what does it mean if he calls Donald Trump sir? What does it mean?
It means a lot. It means a lot.
What are they a lot to make him?
Donald Trump insulted Africa as a shithole continent and a country, and then going there to meet the president, and all of us put our life on the line to vote you as a president. As a president meeting another president, call him comrade president. Liberia is unique, unite, and reach full to support Joseph Boakai to the full extent of the ability of Donald Trump.
If you let me just hold you there. If you know the history of Liberia,
yes,
okay, and you know that we have historical ties with the U.S., right?
Yes, I know that.
And you know that Liberia is just Liberia is a late brother to America.
No.
Oh, you don't know that? Okay.
If you read and understand our history, Liberia is not a late brother to America.
Okay, so Liberia is what to America?
No, Liberia is not part of America.
No. Given the two countries now, looking at the economy, the sophistication, looking at the educational level, and all of that, what do you see Liberia is to America?
Liberia is a partner with America that loses a lot in the investment and the concession agreement.
Okay. Let's hold you there. Let's take the last caller quickly because almost it's 30. Let's take the last caller. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, sir. Let's hear from you.
I'm doing more right with calling from Nikuta.
Okay.
I'm more better to America. I mean, you don't know no history. Look, you can't compare Liberia with America. I can tell anybody.
I know, right?
Yes. Frank said it. Tatra said that my colleagues, we are colleagues, the president, but the second hearing, we have. Tatra was forced to step down. You don't know that one? Now, when we're fighting the war here, they just calling. Hey, madam, they were mad. Somebody never saw the war. They said, what's the war? That's why they do all the kind of things for. My church thought they were going to town. Now, see no war here. So they say they want to see how we fight the war here. Happy people. Yourself. Thank you very much.
Okay, many thanks. 07 Okay, we are not taking additional calls. I know we'll take calls later on when we'll discuss other issues. But very shortly, we'll be receiving calls from the communication consultant at the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning. You know that the Minister of Finance and Development Planning, Augustine Kpehi Gafuan, attended the meeting. He went along with the president. And so on the margin of the African-US Summit, Africa-US Summit or US-Africa Summit, Gafuan was able to hold on to some successful meetings with the IMF, and some senior officials of the US government. And so Daniel Yakona has been following through. You'll be very, very on this line to tell us more about some of the engagements that the Minister of Finance held with the IMF, and what did the IMF say as well. I want to also hear that some of the U.S. officials that the minister met. What did they say? What sort of commitment did they make to Liberia as America is now moving away from aid to trade? That's something very important, from aid to trade. So we'll be hearing more as soon as Daniel Yakona plays a call to us. Again, this is the Nighttime Heat. We want to share the show. Just share the show. Go on your phone, your laptop, your phone. Go where they have the Facebook, and then go to where they have the search. Just type Nighttime Heat. As soon as you do that, you go to watch the show on your Facebook page. And also, you can go to YouTube, your YouTube channel. Just make sure, either on your phone or your laptop, again, you tap Nighttime Heat on your YouTube channel. You subscribe and you hit the notification bell so that anytime the show comes on, you get a notification of that. So that's the show tonight. We've got a couple of things to discuss. Right after the interview with Daniel Yakona, we'll make sure to go into that. Let's try to play this tape quickly. The tape we're trying to upload. That's the interview the President of the Republic of Liberia held with journalists upon his arrival.
Yeah. Hello, Mr. President. Welcome back to your country. Mr. President, during the summit, you held high-level meetings with key officials of the U.S. government, including President Donald Trump. And what outcomes should Liberian people expect from the trip, and how soon?
Stress.
I think we are trying to let the president know that our diplomatic policy aligns with theirs, where we think about Liberia first, and to make sure that we acquaint them with what we have and the way we're going to do business. And I think it was a very positive move, because it's important for them to know how we are thinking, that we are not talking about aid, we're talking about trade and investment.
Mr. President, my name is Daniel Theophilus Ko, and I report for Cool FM. We saw you in the United States when you visited President Trump. You talked about the U.S. coming over to do a survey on the natural resources. Taking you back to your State of the Nation address, you told the Liberian people that the Chinese conducted a comprehensive survey, Mr. President.
I didn't say comprehensive. The survey was done on 2 counties. We have 15 counties. While we ask the Chinese to continue, we also ask the Americans. We want to know what we have to plan for it. And so we are open. We don't have the technology. We don't know how long the Chinese will take. But our interest is to make sure that we know what we have.
Mr. President, my name is Regan Esteban, and I report for the Liberian News Agency. So, upon your visit to the U.S., you have been broadcast all over the world on BBC, on Al Jazeera, and other media outlets. So, what does it mean for our country, Liberia, and what exactly is going to bring to the table for Liberians?
My role is to sell Liberia in a positive way. How that happens depends with the rest of the world. But we want Liberia to be great, and that's what we're doing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, we want Liberia to be great. That's what we are doing. You listen to the president, George. What's your quickly, what's your comment, your take on what the president said?
I think Liberia is up for the good.
Okay.
For the fact that our president can now say, look, we are aligning our strategy with that of the U.S. strategy. We say make America great again. And he's saying make Liberia, we also moving to make Liberia great again. So in that sense, from aid to trade, and this president, his age, as we look at, he's not thinking about himself right now, from what I see. He's thinking about generations to come, generations of Liberians to come. So he's saying, look, we need to do the survey to know what we have, and then we have the strength now to engage our foreign partners when we discuss it with them.
Okay.
So that's what I was saying. So it's very important that.
Okay, we'll talk more about that, but we'll have Mr. Daniel Nyakuna currently on the line. Mr. Nyakuna is the communication consultant at the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning. His boss, the Minister of Finance and Development Planning, Augustine Gafwan, has been in the U.S., in Washington, on the margin of the U.S.-Africa Summit. He's been holding a couple of high-power meetings with the IMF and some senior U.S. government officials as well. So Daniel is now on the line. Did welcome to the program.
Thank you so much. It's great to be on the Prime Heat. As always, it's good to feed the heat, and good evening to all of your panelists, and welcome back to the country to President Joseph Yuma Boakai, who ably represented Liberia, and mine alma mater, the University of Liberia. And so shows support and you and all of the panelists. I also basking in the celebrations.
Yeah, surely.
Yes, go
ahead.
Yeah, so as you say in your introduction, the finance minister on the sidelines of the U.S.-Africa Summit has been meeting several financial and diplomatic institutions. As the public will like to know, the finance minister, who is also a diplomat, who served as Liberia's foreign minister in the past, also have that quality to engage. So he met with the International Monetary Fund today, and they discussed the current extended credit facility that Liberia is on, and they discussed reduction in fiscal deficit. They also praise strengthening management reforms that are taking place currently under the Boakai co-administration, and support to private sector strengthening that is on the way. And what will intrigue you is that the IMF signaled that they will send a delegation, an assessment team to Monrovia this month that will assess all of our systems and to make sure whether we can graduate to the next program. And that next program is in the tune of 250 million, between 250 million and 500 million. So between there, the big news will break as soon as the assessment team hits ground back in Washington to announce to Liberia exactly what the tune that the country will graduate to.
Okay,
mind you, out of what we're listing here, I benefit in the achievement of President Joseph Boakai's trip to Washington, D.C. So this is not just the finance minister traveling to Washington and we are listing his achievement. This is President Boakai's delegation. When President Boakai went, he went to the State Department. He was invited to the IMF. He decided that the finance minister is his stuff. He will go there and negotiate. He decided also that the finance minister will go to the Millennium Challenge Corporation to negotiate. So the next news here is that the finance minister went to the Millennium Challenge Corporation and negotiated with them. The news back home in Monrovia, even I consulted at the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning. We go with the notion that the Millennium Challenge Corporation, the MCC Compact, was cancelled in totality. But the news now is that no, it was not cancelled in totality, and there is still room with Secretary Marco Rubio to reviewing all of the terms and making sure that Liberia and other countries in the compact still have terms at negotiation. You are coming in with a question.
Yes, let's start with the issue of the team, the assessment team that will be coming from the IMF. Basically, what will be the interest of that team? What is it that they'll be looking at, that they'll be assessing before granting Liberia more opportunities?
So they'll review our current program, our current credit facility program. We have to graduate from this current credit facility program, implementing all of its milestones before graduating to the next program. And it is with that complete satisfaction of that program that will qualify us now to the next term, which is the climate investment in climate investment assessment mission that will come to the country.
So the 250 to 500 million you're talking about in the next level, if we graduate from this level, will it be in grant? Are we to expect it in grant, or will it be in the same credit program?
It will be in both compartments. It will also be in loan, and some of the components will come in grant.
Okay, now the MCC, that's the Millennium Challenge. No, there has been this whole speculation, Daniel, that the program in fact has been cancelled. Now, with the latest information, it means that speculation holds no longer.
It holds no longer. It holds no longer. This is why we will have to celebrate as a country that there's huge support to various sectors of our governance, supporting sectors like energy, rule of law, and if you may, education, and the list go on, is nearing return. So that return is through the instrumentality of President Joseph Yuma Boakai. And this trip was not just about beautiful English, as many of the press will want you believe that hey, Joseph Yuma Boakai was just praised for speaking good English, and he has returned to the country, and we'll go to meeting to the airport, and all we come home with a certificate of beautiful English. No, this is not beautiful English celebration. The finance minister also met on July 8th. This is a very busy trip. Mm-hmm. So the Minister of Finance, you had the Minister of Finance, you had the Minister of Foreign Affairs, and Deputy Minister of Finance all deployed in Washington, D.C., meeting folks all across the aisle. So the Minister of Finance met the U.S. International Development Finance Corporation. These are folks from private sector across the corporate industry in Washington and spread across the United States. So the discussion was spread across various sectors that are important to our national agenda, the arrest agenda. We'll talk about energy, agriculture, financial services, and you name them. So the finance minister discussed with these private sectors interest folks who will take interest in coming to the country. Emmanuel, let me not just downplay the president's President Trump's description of our president's beautiful English. Mm-hmm. That beautiful English is going to attract a lot of Black Americans, African Americans who want to find roots in Africa, to fly to Africa with historical ties to the United States, Liberia, they will now come to search. And as they come to search, they will leave money in our entertainment or hospitality sector. So that is very important to note. So this, let me move to the next point here,
Yes, quickly.
which yeah, which is which is the last one. Is also going across our finance minister as a diplomat also reached across the earth, noting that Liberia has recently won the Security Council seat, and he was in a meeting with our foreign minister, and something disappointing. So it is good that we celebrate and note that President Bouakai is coming back to the country with this achievement, and not just a mere pronouncement by Mr. Trump that he spoke beautiful English.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Daniel, this is George Kennedy. Thank you.
Georgie, how are you?
I'm fine.
Your opponent is not good to hear you.
Thank you. First, the person I asked you, I didn't introduce myself, but really, I thank you for the information. And you know, one of the major programs that a lot of Liberians employ was the USAID operations in Liberia. Was there any hint, any bite behind the scene discussion by our team with the U.S. State Department or the government about this issue?
Yeah, we have several. The president met with the honor secretary of a state separately, while other folks met with counterparts, with honor secretary, assistant secretary, and what have you. So no, at some point there was USAID discussion because this USAID program has been co-opted department mainland functionaries. So it's about reviewing so that we hope that in the next 9 to 12 months there will be conclusion from the State Department as to how this program will be redeployed to benefit in Liberia and other developing countries across the globe.
Okay. Well, any other information before we take leave of you?
So the information here is that Liberia, Joseph Bouakai has returned to the country with a lot of goodies from this trip, and he did not just go to speak in summary terms, and President Trump praising his English, and this is why the other guys on the other side will want the public to believe no, this is not it. President Bouakai has returned with a whole lot in stock, ranging from IMF visit to MCC to visit to the private sector and you name it.
Okay. Many thanks, Daniel. We really appreciate your time. Okay, it's Daniel Yankonan. Daniel is the communication consultant at the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning. He was bringing us up to speed with some of the major highlights of from the meeting held with the IMF by the president, by the Minister of Finance, meeting held with the IMF and some senior government officials.
It's not strange to me. Minister Gafwan is a veteran diplomat, former Minister of Foreign Affairs of Liberia. His second time coming as Minister of Finance after graduating and to the level from the position of budget director. He's an economic expert. So the first time he went to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Salif government then said they wanted to practice economic diplomacy, and so he handled the Ministry of Foreign Affairs very well. So it's not strange that he will manage his way through because he's not new in Washington. So we are now waiting to see the results from some of those meetings in the coming weeks or months. So on the overall, I would say that the trip was good. The meeting there, how to call it, U.S. Africa conference was good for Liberia. I understand one of those countries signed $500 million deal.
Yeah, I think Gabon.
Call it Gabon.
Yeah.
Okay, so just imagine we got ours, 1.8 billion. Without taking any resources, natural resources from Liberia.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of using the real and our port that they will use and pay for over time. So we stand to gain more from this particular mission.
Yes, I think again. Let me just add to. I'm trying to establish contact with a few discussants who we contacted earlier will be also chipping in. The issue of Daniel says something, and I'm hoping it's not about throwing jabs. It's not about taking swabs at people. Maybe trying to be critical of our people who are managing our government communication. But this is where we expect George, that when these sort of high-profile meetings are held and sort of major conference that the president attended, this is where we expect that in the next week to come, we see government,
working,
managers appearing on major shows, nights and days and a whole week. Discussing, the outcome, but we didn't see that happening. Even when we got the win at the UN, Security Council, we didn't see that happening. It's not about throwing jabs or being critical of people, but after these sort of major meetings, we expect that government PRs, government people who are managing the government, communication will be, going from one station to another station, explaining the outcome and the benefits to come. But those things that we don't see that happening anymore.
I think there is I see it as a little bit of mistake. I think they need to look at, because the government sees Tuesdays and Thursdays.
And let me yes,
Tuesdays
fine. I was
and
just
Thursdays as the days to speak to the Liberian people. Wrong.
No, it's wrong.
It's a big mistake.
I can remember. It's not about going back, but I can remember when we were serving, at the state broadcaster. Often when the former president Hakeem, and in fact that used to happen during the days of former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. So I don't know why it's not happening now. Because after the president had returned from that type of major trip, we should see the appearances of government
special
and PRs,
select teams
going to go from station to station,
to market
to the people and about the outcome of the trip and some of the benefits that will come. So that our people, because the thing is, when you leave the people in suspense, you don't give them the information. It's when they begin to speculate. And that's the reason why this whole issue about side and all coming up. And that's the reason why the issue of the English, the quality English, that's not an issue. That's just a soundtrack. It's just an imagine. That's not a major issue that the Liberian people want to know. We want to know about the outcome and the benefits that this whole U.S.-Africa summit will accrue to the Liberian people. But that's not happening. No, where it's not about taking jobs, please.
Let them understand. Let them understand. We know that. I know the intellectual capacity is not questionable with the PR of Minister Daniel Sando, who is my colleague from AMU University, my comrade. We know the guys are strong. But sometimes it's good to leave from your comfort zone a little bit to visit other radio stations to disseminate. Because
set up a team.
Even though you say you can invite everybody there, but it's just a press conference for that
just
day.
A press conference.
I mean, every day if you go to different radio stations, once it's important, this type of information, you carry it. I mean, how much so much for airtime?
Yeah, how much for airtime?
Sometimes, most of the time, you won't even pay. So I think we are urging them to please step up a bit. You are doing a good job, but want you to step up a bit to reach out more, because this government is doing a lot of things that people don't have to listen to them on Tuesdays and Thursdays. You can anytime anybody switch our radio.
Everybody will listen on Tuesday and Thursday.
You tune your radio on.
My water was in the market and my Lopud, they in the market, they're not listening to radio. But when they get home, they have the opportunity to listen to radio shows and all of that. So we're hoping that they can adapt that, or readapt if they were doing it before. After this sort of major trips where the president had returned, set up a team to visit radio stations and appearing, and talking about the outcome.
Don't even think about whether the station is an opposition station or not. You want to appear, they have their own audiences. You want to speak to them. You want them to know what you are doing. So make sure you move in and do the job. And the guys were there with friends. They know us. I mean, This is just to encourage them. This government is
to do more of what they are doing.
Lots. Yeah,
we want to encourage them to do more of what they are doing.
Yeah,
because on a more serious note, we didn't see that happening. When we had a win from the UN General Assembly, we didn't hear much of that. You know, we didn't hear, in fact, that whole thing was beclouded by the issue with Edwin Melvin Snow and the government. So they didn't have time to go into that whole UN.
So why, if you had deployed a season, 1 or 2, 3 season diplomats,
thank you,
to go discuss the meaning with the impact of us winning that seat.
You know,
people would listen.
In fact, we had to even invite people like the seasoned diplomat, like you call him. I'm just his name is just talk about and McIntosh. He came here. We spoke with a bro player, and this is what should be happening. We're hoping that our colleagues at the Ministry of Information, we're not throwing jabs at them. We are not taking a swap at them. We're not being critical of them. But do more of what you are doing.
You are doing.
Don't limit the government propaganda or government information machinery to just the Thursday and Tuesday press conference. No, after this meeting, set up a team that you deploy to various radio stations and explaining.
Madam Salim successfully did it.
She did.
Successfully did it. And so I think Daniel,
just
you
what
guys come.
But Daniel Yakuna did well.
Yes,
because there's been speculations that the whole MCC was cancelled totally. But with the meetings that the finance minister held, and Daniel just lifted that. I mean, it kills the speculation that look, the whole MCC is not cancelled at all. Has been speculated. It's still being reviewed and appropriate steps will be taken in the soonest possible time. These are things that we want to hear about. We don't just want to go to one press conference Tuesday, go to another one on Thursday, and Mount Water will not have the time. Mount Water wants to listen to a radio station in the evening.
Mount Water may be a season or whatever listener of Prime FM.
Thank you.
Or the other stations. And so some of them might not have been at that press conference. So she want to turn her radio on and then make sure that she listens to what happened in the country.
And my brother, I tell you, that whole ECOWAS stuff, I mean, that whole UN, the win at the UN stuff, we didn't really get that. We didn't enjoy that. We didn't really enjoy that. We didn't get much from that.
But you later.
I'm trying to get this guy what he's saying. And please speak to this man quickly. Please speak to him quickly, and then you can call us back because we're not getting one. And this is what should happen. After these sort of major meetings, deploy teams, and capture all the radio stations and talking about the outcome. And these are things that should happen, man.
Because
so hoping
we're only discussing probably what we gather from CNN, what we saw on the Facebook, what we heard the president saying. But what happened behind the scene in the closed door meetings?
Surely.
We know that some of them are confidential, but the one that requires public consumption needed to be properly communicated. And we still have the time for this particular one.
Yeah, the president just came today.
Yeah.
The president just came today. Okay, so let's try to play the video. When the president, we're trying to establish the contact with some of our discussants. We're trying to play the video when the president came. That's not the interview video, but the scene, the environment, some of the major happenings, the activities at the airport. Let's try to play that video quickly and watch it.
So folks, President will read traditional President. And you saw the president just met with traditional leaders, culture troops, throughout everything the national airport, and you see, he's getting his motorcade right now. Okay. So you've been watching the scene there today at the Roberts International Airport upon the president's arrival. What's your impression with the huge number of people who were at the airport who went to welcome the president?
Exquisite. I mean, very good. What I'm seeing is a group of exuberant, ordinary Liberians. I didn't see the regular, sometimes ago, the Unity Party, thing that I used to see. I've seen Ambassador Julie Andy, she's so passionate about this cultural thing, and so she's dancing, and her crew, they are there. I'm seeing Liberians jubilating and welcoming. It makes me to think about the time before the war.
Yeah.
You should see our president coming. You see the cultural troop. I saw the cultural ambassador dancing also. Every one of them. I mean, the new cultural ambassador. Saw everyone in them dancing. I mean, it's very good. I think it's good for our country. I mean, I enjoy the pageantry. It's good. I mean,
yeah, surely. In fact, we're trying to view online. Trying to watch the show online. Watch the wrath of the president online, and I think it was very colorful with the appearance of people. The attendance, was very huge, and you saw people being very, jubilant, celebrating the arrival of the president. And I think, and that's the reason why those who are managing the communication aspect of the government, they need to pursue this thing. They need to set up a major team that will explain the importance. We're trying to connect with Mr. Isaac Jackson, hoping that he's now on the line. Good evening, Mr. Jackson.
Yes, Lobo, how are you? It's been quite a long time, my man.
I'm okay, Isaac.
Very basic and demanding schedule have not been allowing me to be on the show. But
rest assured. We'll bring you next week. But we just want you to chip in tonight on basically. I'm sure you're quite aware that the president, Joseph Boakai, has returned home. The entire U.S. African Summit has ended. He did what he could. He like Otto said, he ably represented the country. He really did his best, whatever it is. But we just wanted to hear from you, from your perspective. How do you think the president did perform?
I mean, to be honest with you, I think Boakai recited the script that was given him, and regrettably, instead of President Trump, looking at the substance of what Bouakai had to say, he reduced Bouakai to the aesthetics, meaning just the physical feature, right? He said, oh, the man gave fine speech, or he spoke English better, which for anybody sensible and who have any good Pan-African orientation will view that statement as a statement coming from the place of condescension. Meaning, the U.S. president took Bouakai speaking proper English as an anomaly. He did not expect that a leader from Africa, at least to say an English-speaking Africa, will be able to be articulate. So it's a big conversation now globally.
Okay. It's a big conversation globally, but we don't want to talk about that aspect now. That's the latter part of our discussion. Looking at what he said, how he managed to sell the image of the country, making a case for Liberia, asking for the U.S. investment, asking that the U.S. come in and do a survey of our minerals. Those are major issues I want you to give your take on.
I mean, the manner in which he got the message across was also unfortunate, because it looks like Bouakai was in a mood of supplication. It was a willing supplicant.
Mr. Jackson. Yeah. What would it cost you, if you just refer to him as President Bouakai? What would that cost?
Oh no, brother. My friend, the thing about me is I'm not too accustomed to form, right? I'm accustomed to substance. People can call, you can call him President Bouakai if you like. You say Mr. Bouakai. It doesn't take away. If you want me to say President Bouakai, say President Bouakai.
Yeah, I think
Bouakai.
Fine, thank you.
Mm-hmm. If you want me to say President Bouakai, say
President
Bouakai.
I mean, he's president now. He's president. I mean, I know we can negate that fact. He's president.
Slumber. Let's deal with substantive.
We can deal with substantive, but equally so, I'll have to refer to you as Councilor Anthony.
Many people can call Malanseli. It doesn't take anything.
No, but we want you to call him President Bouakai because he's president of the country.
No problem. But let's not waste our time on
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, President Bouakai. Mm-hmm. The way President Bouakai communicated the issue of our mineral resources, almost like he was putting our resources to the disposal of the American in a manner that was a bit concerning. Liberia is a sovereign democratic republic. And if we have mineral resources, we can cultivate partnership. Not to say, we get resources, you can't help us to survey. And if you do that, and this is where Liberia, most often in time past, have now shown to the Americans that they got some backbone, that it is an independent republic, and you can sit across the table, and if there is a need for negotiation of our resources, we can negotiate it to the benefit of our people. You will not regrettably that Mr. Bouakai's government, for the first time in long history, signed a deal in darkness in the tune of what? $1.8 billion? When Liberia acceded to the Table Mountain Declaration, making greater commitment to transparency and accountability. The president signed, the government signed a deal in darkness, stranded in darkness on a Sunday, a regularly non-working day. And the government did not disclose that to the Liberian people. It shows that the Bouakai people didn't even have any fiduciary duty to our people. The American government had to do it.
Councilor, you've been a legal mandate individual. Is there any law on the book on which spells out as to when or which day an agreement can be signed?
Not necessarily, but by precedent. Precedent is an acceptable practice, right? By precedent,
but it's not.
These things are done. By precedent, well-established practice and precedent, these things are normally done with a degree of transparency. You don't think it was embarrassing that the Bouakai administration signed a deal and the American government had to announce it for us? You know, it's just Bouaka is becoming so successful.
Mr. Isaac Jackson, Mr. Isaac Jackson, Mr. Isaac Jackson, Mr. Jackson, Mr. Jackson. If you can follow the rules of this discourse, we'll have to discontinue the conversation. Please refer to him.
President Bouaka?
You have to do. No, you slept that a few minutes ago. You have to do. He's president of the nation. He's president of the country. You refer to former President Sirleaf as former President Sirleaf. So please
I
indicate
call
that.
President Sirleaf Madam Sirleaf all the time.
Okay.
She doesn't take any offense.
No, but let's refer to President Bouaka as President Bouaka.
Yeah, but I've always said President Bouaka.
Okay, so let me bring you back now. Let me Isaac on a more substantial note. Let me bring you back to the climax of the summit. The summit has ended. The president has returned. The president, made the case on behalf of the country. What's your expectations now that it has ended? What do you expect? What the outcome that you expect from the summit?
Have Mika reported or said to you what Bouaka achieved, having
what
used
President Bouaka achieved? Again,
what President Bouaka achieved?
Thank you.
Yeah, have Mika explained to our people, based on the fact that President Bouaka used taxpayers' money to come to the U.S. Have they explained to you? Have they articulated to our people what was Bouaka's achievement other than his English examination assessment report that Trump gave him?
So you expect the Ministry of Information to come up with the outcome before you can comment on it?
But whatever they achieve has not been articulated. All that I've heard and read in the press is that Mr. Trump did an assessment.
One of the major Councilor Jackson. One of the major outcome has been speculated all through the months that and the year that the MCC has been cancelled. It's now it has been revealed tonight. It has been revealed that the MCC is not cancelled. Rather, some reviews are being carried out.
But is it as a result of it? Is it where his English?
It is.
Brother, let me say this.
Hello, Councilor Jackson. It is at the same U.S. Africa summit that this revelation was made.
Oh, okay, brother. Mm-hmm. If that is what is being reported, I know.
In addition to that, because you may not know more about the outcome. In addition to that, the IMF has released an impressive report of Liberia's performance. Are you aware of that also? It's one of the outcomes.
What I'm aware of is that the World Bank latest report places Liberia among the 10th poorest country in the world.
But that's not part of. No, it's not. It was not. Hello, Councilor.
Yeah. That's
we are speaking. You were concerned about the outcome of the U.S. Africa summit, and I'm trying to give you some of the outcomes. We know, and you gone back to the World Bank.
No, you're trying to highlight one report, and I try to highlight another report.
We don't want you to go off tangent. We want you to remain on.
Yes.
World Bank, we are not talking about the World Bank. We are talking about the IMF, Councilor Jackson.
Okay, you said IMF said. This is what the World Bank said. Are they both now reputable institutions worth quoting?
Okay. We want to thank you. We want to thank you for your time. We really appreciate that you could take our calls. Thank you very much, Mr. Jackson.
Oh, it was a pleasure, sir. It was a.
Okay, this country is very interesting. This country is very interesting.
Sure, especially Mr. Jackson.
Yeah, I know people just want to put political spin on everything. They leave the substantives and they go for what and this is my my frustration about the way we do politics in this country, and that is happening to the level, to the extent that it's harming the country, but we don't know.
Sure,
it is harming the country.
And you guys, some of them have been rewarded for this type of
We
behavior.
should be looking at substantives. We should be looking at positive outcomes.
Yes.
And all of us are not. Lance Blinken will be taking calls, but by 9:30, all of us are not, Unity Party partisans. But the thing is, if there's any positives, let's celebrate the positives and talk about the positives. Let us not be devil, try to reduce what the major things that are happening to laughter.
Mr. Jackson had differences with Councillor Brodsky in the Liberty Party.
Okay.
The late, may his soul rest in peace.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can't explain everything that he did there. He left and got on Madam Salif, former President Salif. Then she was president. Whatsoever that he did that time, the Liberian people are aware. And so he became Deputy Minister for Public Affairs. Today, even to call President Bouakai president is difficult for him. I don't think he's going to win on this from this regime. I don't think from his past behavior, he said continue. I don't think he's going to win, because yesterday the same government, the same Unity Party government, sent him to London as Liberia permanent representative to the IMO, International Maritime Organization. When the past regime came, they fought the token for it. They went to court. Everybody saw the brutality that took place in that court in terms of legal brutality. He was taken off. He got angry. A lot of things he said about them. Later, he's in bed. So you see, these type of people who flip-flops, sometimes you just leave them. I don't really like to respond. Most of the time here, I can have differences on Facebook and we can debate on that and tell you, look, this is wrong. This is wrong. And our country cannot run like this. It's his opinion, it's his view. But I think, as we were saying, we should always, in Ghana, a lot of bad things happen there, but the fight for the positive image of their country. Everything about Ghana is the best. So should we be living? Nobody says you should go join a party or be a politician or support them or this and that. You can be critical, but you have to do it with respect. So for me, I was so surprised that it was strange that you made him to call.
Yes, because we think, like we said, this show is for everyone. It's not for the ruling party, not for the opposition. It's for everyone. So we expect that when we call you on the program. In fact, the first thing he did was wanting to disregard that the president is president.
The president,
he is. I mean, you go up, you come down, a lawyer. He goes, so I peel it down to that. I said, no, on this program, and I listen to him on other programs. You will not refer to the president as president. He's president. Whether you didn't vote for him, whether you don't like him, his name has entered history. That he's president. So I mean, you can address him in a form, a manner that is disparaging. No, we're not going to accept that. He's president of the country. So that's the first thing I started, making him to understand. But our politics is taking a downward trend, and I don't think that's good for our country. It harms it. And when the CDC was in power, a couple of things people will not look at the positives. They will concentrate on the negatives. And no, it's, I don't know, how do we bring our people minds back to knowing what is good for the country?
And these are educated people. So if these people who are doing this coming from the illiterate circle, I think it would have been something that people would have said, let's stay.
Yeah.
But it coming from the literate or educated circle. So this, I think it will go down by itself as society continue like what we did just now, like what you did just now to call him off. I think is speaking to his mind. I think if other media institutions follow your example, I think some of these people will begin to change. Because if you cannot air your views without showing respect, then of course we'll be forced to respect.
Mm-hmm.
And so people like Mr. Jackson should be made to understand that you are an opinion leader. You should respect other people in the country. That's it.
Okay,
Yeah.
you listen to the Nighttime Heat, and of course we want you to share the show. Again, share the show right here on Prime FM 105.5. We are streaming live on our Facebook page, our Nighttime Heat Facebook page. Just go on your Facebook page, and of course go to where they have the search, and you tap Nighttime Heat. As soon as you do so, you're going to watch the show. Again, you can go on your new YouTube channel and tap Nighttime Heat. You're going to follow the show as well. Besides, we are also streaming live on Prime FM 105.5 and so Prime FM 105.5. That's why we are streaming. Yes, answer the person, please, and talk to them. Oh, my producer. Prime FM 105.5. Prime FM 105.5. We are also relaying. My producer can give me a hard time on that. He wants me to do everything, and I can be behind the microphone. He expect me to answer calls and take calls from people. He can. So, again, we'll shortly be talking about the issue that transpired. We've already ended the issue of the. Okay, let's try to. This person wants to participate. Let's not deny them. Let's allow them to participate.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Someone don't say this person say Jala Griffey want to participate.
Oh, Jala Griffey, good evening. Jala Griffey, good evening.
If I'm gonna talk to you, calling me, I will say, so you want to.
Jala
Griffey, good evening.
Jala, don't come fight here.
Yeah, don't come fight here.
Don't do that.
Good evening, Jala. Jala, good evening.
Don't do it. Someone don't do it.
Jala, you are on live. We can't continue with this. You are on live. We ask you. Go ahead. What an issue. And that's the same thing we're just talking about. You can. We have to do things properly. We can't continue to be messing up things. We have to do things properly. Please talk to him quickly. Okay, so very, very shortly we'll be going to another discussion to we'll be transitioning from the so we're just expecting now that the again, like we said, the Ministry of Information, those who managing the government communication arm, they should be able to set up a team to visit radio stations and inform the public as to the outcome of the president's mission to the U.S. Talking about let them catalog the positives, and they go from one station to another station. Spend some more money. Government got some money. Spend some more money to the stations and be able to explain basically what they want to, explain to our people the outcome of the meeting. Let's try to talk to Jala Griffey. Mr. Griffey is on the line. Griffey, welcome.
Yes, so, but I appreciate the conversation, and it's my first time calling your show.
Okay.
I really followed every other day. I didn't participate in the call because myself, I'm a talk show host, and I get people call me every day.
Surely.
But I think what you guys did was Isaac Jackson tonight was not correct.
What was not correct?
Now, you are a talk show host for more than 15 years.
Jala Griffey, let's not go into what I've been talk show hosts on that.
Yeah,
what is not correct? I want to be specific.
What you did Isaac Jackson was not correct.
What is not correct?
And say a black guy. How does that take from Joseph Boakai to be a president of the country?
No, Jala. Jala, I know that way you were coming. Jala, listen, Jala. If you will condone that, I will not condone it on my show. No,
I've not done it. I'll not do it. If Boakai, I said we want to say Boakai is the president of the country.
No,
I'm saying to you, Sabo.
No, Jala, I will not accept it. I will not accept it. There's nothing wrong in that. You should respect Jara. That's the essence of the show. We're not arguing, but you should respect. People should respect the presidency.
When you the man say President Bouakai, he say President Bouakai. Subsequently, he said Bouakai. So it means that
no. Going deep into the interview, at the end of the day, he said no, Bouakai. I said no, you're not going to do that.
Yeah, but sometimes you gotta know how your audience or the person who your guest on the show is, you protect it. My man, on the show, you know what I can do.
Jala. No, Jala, for this, we did nothing wrong. Nothing absolutely wrong, Jala. If Jala Greyfield is president, I come in. Jala, 1 minute. Jala, 1 minute. Jala. If you are the president of the Republic of Liberia, and someone is addressing you, a Jala. No, I'm not going to accept that.
He said a Greyfield. So
no, if you can,
Mr. President,
if you can say Mr. President. If you can say Mr. President
or Mr. Bouakai, it will have been okay.
Yeah, Mr. President. He said.
No. Isaac Jackson was no. Isaac Jackson was saying you're referring to the president Bouakai, but you didn't listen.
I think I think you've been mesmerized by the politics of the day.
Okay, Jala, we can't keep on the line for long. Thank you for your time. Thank you, Jala.
Don't come here.
But Jala, what you want me to do, Jala? I got other discussions on. I got other discussions coming on.
If you cut me off, I have zero problem with you on that matter. Let me let my thoughts. Don't be memorized by these comments around here.
Jala, it's interesting.
The US president, Donald Trump, they're going Trump.
No, Jala, I'm sure on your show, Isaac Jackson, I referred to the president, Bouakai. I will not happy on the show. It will not happen on the show. If you don't show respect to the president,
you don't live in the international norms of journalism.
Okay, then thank you, Jala. Thank you very much. Thank you for your time. Thank you. We can keep on the line for long. We have others calling. Our lines are blinking. Though we can go to the line now. Our lines are blinking. Moses Sandy is trying to make his way also on the line. Let's see what we can talk to Moses Sandy quickly. I'm sure he's not on tonight because of the job, the workload, but he's monitoring. Moses, welcome to the program.
Yeah, thank you, sir. I'm extremely, overwhelmed, but I just want to contribute quickly.
Okay.
I did not listen to Mr. Jackson, but I'm currently listening to the discussion, between you and the former deputy at LBS. So I definitely approve of the action taken by you and my brother Kennedy.
Thank you.
Look, the president is the president. If you have a problem with the president, that's something that can be treated differently.
Surely.
You can say the president, Joseph Yuma Bouakai, and then you can follow by saying Mr. Bouakai.
Mr.
That's
Bouakai.
understandable.
That's it. Yeah.
But you cannot come in the public and refer to a duly elected president, the man who runs the country. Bouakai.
Bouakai.
That's actually disrespect. Will Isaac Jackson let anyone to treat him like that?
Yeah. And my colleague Jala Greyfield wants to support it.
To treat others the way we want to be treated. Yeah, we all should learn to treat people the way we want to be treated. We're not doing no public relations here for the government.
No way.
But we are basically saying that we should treat our leaders with due respect. And if this my imagination that a journalist will call and want to argue that.
Yeah.
What the argument about?
But you see, Moses, this is what many of our colleagues behind the microphone, this is why they condone. People coming up to disparage national leaders, to disrespect national leaders. They gave them platforms. I'm not going to do that. No. Because tomorrow I may be national leader tomorrow. I'm not going to do that. If Dawa Jala encourages, I'm not going to encourage that. Thank you. Yeah, Moses, thank you. We're hoping that you can join us on Monday.
Yeah, great show, man. I'm sorry I couldn't be with you guys tonight, but great show. Yeah, keep it up.
Okay, thank you, Moses. Thank you very much. Our last man blinking, but I want us to go into the yesterday's event. I think we've already done with the U.S. Africa Summit. We're hoping that the Ministry of Information will now set up a team to, like we suggested, like we've been discussing. They'll form a team to visit radio stations, pay some money and talk about the outcome. How much? So much? Talk about the outcome so that our people can know exactly what's happening. To limit it to just the Tuesday and Thursday press conference will not help. Our people need to know. Our people need to know the outcome of the whole stuff and the takeaway from the whole summit. So that people don't think that nothing came from out of it. The president just spent taxpayers' money to go. No. The Ministry of Information is on obligation to get the message out. But let's talk about what happened yesterday. And Jara Griffin knows me in a way. He knows me very well. He knows what I stand for. He was deputy for public affairs. I was deputy for media services. Sometimes I'll go to him and tell him, man, look, the program wouldn't be done. We're not going to allow the program on the air. And then sometimes I used to have that sort of rough edge. But so he knows me very well. He knows what I stand for. I'm not going to condone anybody using the airwaves or using the platform to denigrate or disparage or disrespect any national leader. I'm not going to allow that to happen.
And you're right.
To mention the president.
You're right, Sabo, and I support you. And Jala knows me very well too. When you say George Kennedy, Jala will speak our Nigerian language. So he knows me very well. He knows that I don't support him for such. I mean, the media is a professional environment.
Sure.
We have to maintain that
professionalism. Yeah. Okay, so producer, let's try to get a tape. Relative tip regarding let's try to upload it quickly. The tip regarding the employees from the Ministry of Transport protest yesterday. It's quite necessary to talk about quickly. Let's try to get a tape. Again, we want to share the show. Go on your phone and just tap Nighttime Heat, and you share the show. We're trying to upload the protest video. Yesterday, some employees of the Ministry of Transport held a protest, and that ended very bloody. We saw blood stain on some of the protesters, hoping that that could claim the attention of the national government. Let's try to get it out quickly. We're trying to get the video.
Here you have it. Workers of the Ministry of Transport, Republic of Liberia, are protesting here on the ministries of Monrovia. Why are they protesting? They are shouting, "We want peace! We want peace!" So these are workers of the Ministry of Transport. These are workers of the Ministry of Transport. They are yet to read their petitions. We just caught up with them. We just caught up with them. Why are you protesting, my brother? Why are you protesting? We want peace. Why are you marching, my brother? Why? We want peace. What's the issue, sir? Traffic man don't want to take all the Ministry of Transport. We don't want to take you what? So these are workers of Ministry of Transport. So a very huge,
okay, so
police detail.
Let's pause on that. But that has to do with the some protesters. We're trying to upload the other video where they met the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Speaker Richard Cohn. That was a protest yesterday by employees of the Transport Ministry. Let's try to upload that video quickly.
I know we're not time to play this thing. 200 of us got up this morning, went to the radio station, we saw the war get peacefully, right at the intersection of the police barrier. The police came from nowhere, Mr. Speaker. This is what we left with. There are other people that are wearing these t-shirts. They are under custody. The only reason why I was able to invade, my deputy, who is the deputy for training and development, was able to escort with me. And somebody push. The women are there, they're frying chicken. My blood wasting. The police commander said I'm going to go to jail. One police officer calls me saying, look at her already. This is a woman. They let her go to hospital. The recordings are here. The police are criminals. They are liars. One thing with the natural, the police justification is we were showing soon. The records are there. So, Mr. Speaker, the bleeding is no problem. We will set this up. The inner objective of this group today must be met to send to you our petition. We'll do it verbally in your office. And afterward, we will do an official communication to you. We are not resting. They are threatening to open Liberia Traffic Management on Monday. And the Ministry of Transport will cease to exist. The division and for travel lesson and lesson play will no more exist. The acting president look in our faces and told us this is the deal the government wants. The executive mansion is behind us. We can't do.
Okay, let's try to know they were protesters. You listened to them yesterday, but also trying to find a video. Trying to upload a video where the Inspector General IG went to assess the facility of the traffic management, the new group that these protesters were protesting against. So let's try to upload that video quickly, and then we'll have the discussion.
Just in continuation of the discussions that we've been having over the past few months about our desire to improve the service delivery. Like I said to you all the other day, we're not having a lot of deaths related to crime. We're having more deaths on the road. And our business is the protection of life and property. So we have to make sure we put measures in place to reduce road fatality and also the destruction of properties along our roads. And the only way we can do that is one, by educating the people, which of course we have commenced through every possible means, and also by our enforcement to prevent some of these things from happening. It is my hope that as we gear up to start to roll out this concession, that's going to provide us the logistical support that we need to enforce and improve our service delivery. It is my hope that the level of integrity that we have spoken about to build trust and legitimacy with the people will be maintained and sustained by each and every one of you. Like I reminded us the other day, the only reason why we have jobs as law enforcement officers is because we have people to serve. In the absence of people, we don't have a job. More so, this is a business that we're doing. In business, rule number one states that customer is king. Rule number two states that if the customer is wrong, refer to rule number one, which means that customer is king. The one thing I want you to remember, you're only there because of them. Discipline and courtesy has to be the hallmark. How you engage them, it matters. You cannot go to them with anger and think you have power. The only power you have is the true power you have, is the power that you do not use. And let me remind you, the power that we enjoy is the power given to us by the same people that we have.
Okay.
Urge this.
Okay, so that's the Inspector General of the Liberia National Police. Today, I'm sure today, yes, you want to assess the facility of the traffic management. But this the group, in fact, for which the transport workers, employees, went on the rampage yesterday, or went to took to the streets yesterday. Let me put it that way, and held the protest that resulted into the manhandling of that lady you saw on the video. Has called in fact, the Minister of Transport was to appear today on our program, but unfortunately, lately we couldn't hear from him. But we had a lengthy discussion here, and he indicated that the whole is a concession, it's an agreement, in fact, with that the government has with the traffic management. And it's a national agreement. It's a national decision that the government has taken. So he, from the Ministry of Transport, cannot put hold on that. But he said, prior to this protest yesterday, he met some directors. In fact, one of the directors was my handle. He met directors and told them, because their qualm was that with the signing of that agreement, they may likely lose their jobs. So he tried to allay their fears that nothing of that nature will happen. And so he said he met them and they had a discussion. But again, apparently they didn't believe what he said. And so they sought on going to the streets, going to protest, going to present a petition to the House of Representatives. And so it was then, while they were on their way, when they encountered the police and the police took the. But according to the Minister of Transport, those who were injured will be taken care of, and the police authorities have launched an investigation into the way the police handled the protest. So that's the discussion here held today. But it's all set for this traffic management to take over. The whole aspect of driver licensing and vehicle registration will now be turned over to the traffic management. They will be doing that now, and instead, the Ministry of Transport. So, and the Ministry of Transport, what part of its function will now be taken from it to a major function, in fact, because when you talk about the Ministry of Transport, it's basically to regulate the transport sector. Yeah. And so with the new agreement, the coming in of the traffic management, it means that so that's the fear that some of the gentlemen had at the Transport Ministry, for which they took on the streets yesterday.
So I mean, Saba, thank you. Certain things run on my mind when I hear about this, because the fact is, if you are signing a concession agreement with a company to take over a major function of a major ministry, did you repeal the act creating that ministry that assigns that function to it? Mm-hmm. Whether that was done or not is an issue that they need to clarify it. Because the concession, before that concession, there must be a bill that repealing that ministry, because the issue of licensing and other stuff, issuing driver license and vehicle registration, is a legal instrument that grant that ministry that authority.
Surely.
So if you want to concession it to an institution, first I thought that you should have repealed the act establishing or creating an ministry, then you do it. Additionally, with what happened yesterday, no matter what discussion has taken place behind the scene to take care of those who share blood on the street, the police director should have spoken to it publicly when he spoke to those people. The police is seeing, most of the people see, I know sometimes when people are angry, when the police go around, police officers go around in uniform, some people tend to get angrier because of the history of the police. Sometimes, most of them, the intention can be good. So some people tend, in fact, to not respect the police orders when they see their certain group when they're moving. I saw the police trying to actually make them to leave the main road to take the sidewalk when I saw that video, but good number of them refused. But did that warrant anything like beating on them to make people to share blood at that level? I think these are some of the reasons why the National Human Rights Commissions, their report always talk about police brutality, because that is not short of police brutality. If anybody sees the blood that was wasted, in fact, she took out the jacket. I think she had another clothes. The first video that I saw, another video that the blood was all on the clothes. And she's a female. A lot of people tend, because there was no, we didn't see anything like people throwing stones and stuff in the video. So I thought that the police should be more responsible, as the director said, customer caring when they're dealing with civilian group of people, because they are the first line of defense. If the police is professional, the society will respect the police. Without respect for the police, the society will be vulnerable to crimes, violence, and stuff. So I think that relationship, maybe the police need to increase its community policing to get more closer to the people. Sometimes people get angry, they get on the street, should be able to deal with them. Whether it's about training issue, I don't know that. Whether it's just about the behavior of people, I don't understand it. I think the police need to work on that.
Yes, I think I agree with you, and I can remember, and I stand to be corrected, where there was a protest and that protest didn't divorce or degenerate into chaos, or people being brutalized and blood being shed. I don't know, and protests of that nature, that took place, and that didn't happen. We're hoping that the police, can. Like the transport minister said to me, we're hoping that the police authorities can really look into what has happened. We can, because if this continues to happen, where there's absolutely no peaceful protest, where absolutely there's no protest that ends without blood sharing or whatever it is, it will also have a negative effect on the image of the country, and also on the government, and that can also help to stall our aid. If we're supposed to get some international support and human rights groups start flagging that there's no peaceful protest in Liberia, every time there's protest, there'll be blood sharing and all of that, people will start holding back. International institutions that are supposed to help the country will start holding back. So we're hoping that when these things happen, where there's protests and people were injured, that the police investigate. If it is one of your members who may have been a cause or responsible, you take the appropriate actions. Because just one person's action can affect the 5%. They can affect the millions of people, the millions of citizens. When we're supposed to get aid to build our roads, we're supposed to get aid to investors want to come, because at the end of the day, they'll think that the environment is not stable and peaceful. So hoping that again the police authority can look at that to investigate. Because when I saw that lady or condition, a female being treated in that manner, I think that was totally wrong. I was hoping that Gregory Coleman and his people can launch an investigation, and if because according to the lady, she said the police went on them when the police alleged that they were throwing stones, and she said there were no stones that they threw. No, they didn't throw any stones. She said they were marching peacefully to go to the Capitol to present a petition when the police went on them. We're hoping that can be minimized,
especially where we have a pending demonstration for the 17th.
Granted.
So I hope that the police, because that would be a political demonstration. So you will expect that people will make a lot of insinuations. People could even attack you some level. Sometimes you have to exercise the highest level of restraint to make sure that the country remains peaceful. People already know good number. Some officers within the LNP are not able to withstand those things. And the director may not know them in person to say they want to excavate them or exclude them from the team that day, and they could just go, and then one person behavior, as you said, could spark an entire situation. So I think that the police need to take time. They got to be a little bit considerate a certain extent and be more professional.
Surely.
Yeah.
You're listening to the Nighttime Heat at 10 o'clock. I'm sure we'll be shutting down. Let's try to take some calls quickly. Again, the numbers to call 0778 460 793. Again, 0778 460 793. Or better still, 0886 540 987. Again, 0886 540 987. That's the numbers to call. Or 0778 460 793. 0778 460 793. That's the numbers to call. And you are live on the Nighttime Heat. You call this number, you are live on the program. Or better still, the alternative line 0886 540 987. Again, 0886 540 987. That's the Lone Star line. Better so you can call the Orange. 0778 460 793. Again, 0778 460 793. You call those numbers, out of them, you are live on the Nighttime Heat. Again, let's try to call the number once again, 0778 460 793. Better still, 0886 540 987. That's the numbers to call, and you are live. This is the Nighttime Heat, and of course, we are here on the Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Those 3 days we are here. We're still trying to find the resources so that we can go daily. That is from Mondays up to Fridays. As soon as we find the resources, we'll go daily. Let's take the first call on the line. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. My name is Jeanette Marco. I'm calling from Johansson.
Okay, let's hear from you, Jeanette.
Yeah, firstly, I want to say thank you for the topic tonight. The topic relating to Ministry of Transport, Liberian National Police.
Okay.
For me as a person, I'm very disappointed in the Liberian National Police headed by Gregory Coleman, because the fact that they even lied and said the employees of Transport Ministry were throwing stones, and it's completely lied. You don't go to a government entity with tension. People raise their hand. That shows they are going, for peace. And you start beating on them. See how they wounded the lady. Yes, see how they wounded the lady. And they should also understand, they got families. You got families working transport, people got families working police and other entities. So why you feel to see people that have been in government 15 years, 20 years, for them to just be downsized because of or Arab group of people to come and sit over or ministry that have a statutory mandate to education and travel. It is completely wrong.
Okay.
And we are calling on the government of Nigeria, headed by President Joseph Boyka and President Jeremiah Kun, to look into it. And Ministry of Transport people to secure their job moving forward.
Okay, many thanks. Let's take another call on the line. 0778 460 793. Again, 0778 460 793. Or better still, 0886 540 987. 0886 540 987. That's the numbers to call. And you are live on the Nighttime Heat. Let's take this call up quickly. Good evening.
Hello, Mr. George.
Yes,
How you
sir.
doing, sir?
I'm okay. Let's hear from you.
It's good. Let me register your attention today. You see the situation in Liberia that is putting in regard to protestation and you name it. You know that the atmosphere is charged. And then you understand that the citizenry, the civilian, the would-be protesters, they are always in the attitude of being so violent to that of our police force. And then one thing you might understand, there are better pills for better malaria. There is no way of the men feel more threatening for you that feel that you are armless. So these people need to take note and govern themselves, because where your rest start and where other people rest begin.
Okay.
So help me God. Thank you.
Many thanks. 0778 460 793. Or better still, 0886 540 987. Again, 0886 540 987. Or 0778 460 793. That's the numbers to call, and you are live on the program. Again, 0778 460 793. Good evening.
Saba.
Yes, sir.
So, well, good evening, and let me say good evening to the other panelists.
Okay.
This is Theophilus Toby, and I'm in Monrovia. Yeah, Sobo, I'm constrained actually to call, and I've been constrained because I listened to Isaac Jackson. It is disappointing, and I just think that it is because the way even he was moving, he was talking. That's the reason why, and you even have to let him to go that kind of shameful way that a former diplomat will come to the radio and he wants to, to twist the reality. Isaac Jackson is looking for attention. And this administration is not one of the administration that will give him attention. Of course, the Weah's administration gave him attention. And no, it's not how this administration will give him. So as a Jackson he can see white and say it is black. Nobody has time for him. Okay, but the president adequately represented Liberia. The president presented very well to the point that the President of the United States was shocked. Okay, when Mr. Trump says the president speak a very good English, where for me, I do not think that President Trump was looking at the grammar spoken by the president. He was looking at the presentation of the message of the president. That's why he said the president spoke very beautifully. And so for Isaac Jackson, who do not even know the difference between DOES, DOS, and DO. That Isaac Jackson want to critique President Bouaka is shameful. Look.
Okay.
To conclude, right?
Yeah. Quickly.
What happened as the Minister of Transport? Well, I was not there to know, whether the police did this, the police did that, but I think the people at the Ministry of Transport are Liberians. If there is anything and they are protesting, I think the police should be able to protect them and not to beat on them. Because these protesters, I don't think they will want to go with stones and other things.
Okay.
I think what is happening at the Ministry of Transport involves the attention of the national government. And so when the police is stepping in situation of such, they should move there with the mind of protecting lives and property.
Okay, let's take another call on the line quickly. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Sabo George.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. This is Bafi S. Bukley. I joined the national conversations tonight from Claverton Basic 14.
Let's hear from you, Bafi.
Sabo is unfortunate to actually have terrorists, former diplomat Isaac Jackson, to have gone this way after exceeding to that diplomatic level. Though Isaac Jackson yesterday, the election surprised me because there's a man who had demonstrated beyond imagination to prominent people, including former councillor, a former party political leader, Councillor Charles Bronson, peace leader actually. But however, Councillor Isaac Jackson, I think he thinks better that yeah, indeed, being a smart diplomat, he also a councillor. Being a councillor, he also a father. That's kind of hypocrisy we're talking about black people. Because you are not in the government, because you want to you want to draw people attention. Is that a way you're supposed to behave and critiquing a kind of something? Look, we're not saying that everybody's first single person around here. But when people pay people on a basis that are performing, who are you to critique in negative context with the kind of performance that are pressing? What is your level of understanding compared to people like Trump or other people who are hearing the president when it comes to presentation? What's the benefit? What is the thing to benefit when you go the way he's going? I think Isaac Jackson should actually stop the kind of thing. Because you can't die with people of your brother, but you can be a with your brother. I think Isaac Jackson has a family member. Whenever they listen to Isaac Jackson critiquing people, whenever they start asking other people planning, they feel ashamed. So he should stop doing this to his family member and people who actually listen to him sometimes. But I want to say something. Last week,
quickly, yeah.
Concerning the Minister of Transport, concerning the Minister in brief, I think I'm a bit disappointed in the RG. The RG should understand That's saying that you're talking about whatever qualification you're looking for. That whatever benefit again you're talking about Liberian people. That are Liberian people are working, and when you're working in Liberia, by constituting, replacing the Minister of Transport, that transport division, so that of a private company, it is to be in Liberian people. But Liberian people are already working in the Minister of Transport. What the RG stand to Guinea in this manner? Let him stop doing that. No.
Okay.
Stop. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you
Yes,
so much. Thank you.
we have to go. Thank you very much. Well, let me take this. Maybe let me take 2 more calls and I'll go quickly because we have to go. Let me take this caller. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, sir. How do you do?
I'm okay, sir.
Yeah, thank you for the show. This is Abraham Kula, and I join you from Mama Point.
Let's hear from you, AB.
Yeah, I want to say I'm disappointed in my own government to be precise. What I saw in the past time and yesterday, I think the day before yesterday, the police reaction to what citizens is getting worse in our country. And I'm calling on to the president that we never voted the president, we never fought in the ring and the sun, the day and the night because of Greco Kumo or any of the appointees. We bring people just like him. That's why we gave him the opportunity. So that's where the president stop wearing shoes at the executive mansion and let him take all his shoes and wear safety boots. If anybody goes contrary with his plans in this government, that ain't kicking it out. Greco Kumo is a complete disrespect. We the bastard people. I'm sorry to say this. Greco Kumo is going extra mile into the administration, to the Senate. We don't understand him. It is not a party government.
Okay. Thank you. You made your point quickly. Let me take this caller on the line. Good evening.
Good evening. How you doing?
I'm okay, sir. Let's hear from you quickly.
Thank you so much for the show. I'm Emmanuel Espaka.
Okay.
And I call from Gisville, Benson Street.
Okay.
Thank you. What you started, may the Almighty God be with you, that you continue to work for us. Because in life, whatever you sow is what you reap. Thank you that you're able to serve. I know you'll be served one day. I pray that as long as you're able to serve, you'll be served one day.
Amen.
So I say, I don't know whatever they call him. Let him continue. You know, the children can run, but you don't know how to hide.
That's a fact.
So let him continue. But my advice to him, with all his education, he must be careful. Because if you want to become a leader, you can start from where he starts. If you don't want to become a leader, let him start from where he starts. So he needs to change.
Okay.
Then to the transport, please, I'm kindly appealing to the Liberians. Whether you're in government or you're in private sector, and whatever you do, I want to appeal to them today that we should work with wisdom in this country. If we really want this country to improve, if we want for all of us to work together, we should work with wisdom. Police before were trained to save life and property. That is the motive of police. But nowadays, not everybody have this training. Of course, they went under the training, they took off, but they're not working on that policy. Really. So we, the Liberians, we need to work with wisdom. This is my advice to them.
Okay.
Anytime they get in the street, they should work with wisdom.
Okay.
Thank you for the time.
Many thanks. Also, we did appreciate your time. Well, let's try to recognize some of our viewers. Rudolph Lehman, we say you're watching from Nimba County. Shadrach Guiman from Yekipa, Nimba. Roland W. Toll from Battery Factory. Mohammed J. Canning from Caldwell Coffee Farm, Hilton Well Jedu from Greenville, South County, my own county, Pastor Sam Sean from Chickasaw Fadre, Terry Amos Conto Jr. He's watching from Gatineau, somebody Mohammed, they didn't say from where. Ophelia S. George from a home, Alfred Freeman, and Christopher Saki Collar. And of course, Ophelia S. George is my darling wife. You know, she says she's watching from home.
That's good.
So, man, thank you, man, for the week, man.
Thank you, Sabah. It was another great one again. And I want to appreciate the public, those for listening to us, those who were able to call. I want to say thank you. I also want to thank Mr. Jackson for making his input. I think
he had a very rough ride.
Yeah. A special one there to my friend and brother Daniel Nyakuna, who's ably represented the Ministry of Finance and the government of Liberia on the show tonight. His presentation was very splendid, and we appreciate that. We hope that other institutions of government will continue with 2 days. Will follow his footsteps to do what he did, so that the government information will be properly disseminated. Thank you.
Next week, Monday, hopefully, we'll be looking at a topic, and of course, the topic is the U.S. government is moving from aid to wealth, to trade. Do we have, as a country, as a people, do we have the indications? Do we have the indicators, rather? Do we have the environment for trade? Is our environment secured? Do we have an environment that is trade attractive? We'll be looking at that. That is next week, anytime next week. Until then, thanks to my two panelists, George Kennedy, Moses Sani. Moses couldn't come because of the workload. Thanks to my producers, very committed producers I do have. On behalf of all of them, Sabah George is my name. Again, we want to say on this platform, we have to respect our national leaders, irrespective of our political persuasion, connections, or whatever it is. If you call on this program, you must be respectful. If you can be respectful to the presidency, we'll not give you the ground to call continuously. Until then, have a pleasant time.